Before we proceed, tell me what you know of the First Legion and the disposition of their forces. They were preparing for war while the refugees in their care were left to go hungry. A reckless, short-sighted plan that risks the welfare of the people they were sworn to protect. Nevertheless, we cannot compel them to accept our aid. If we were to arrive in force with the intent to do so, we would only incite panic, but perhaps they can be persuaded to follow one of their own. Go with Ulysses back to the station and have him lead the refugees here. Some may be unwilling or unable to leave. But for the time being, I'll take what I can get. Alphino, Alizé, and the scouts sent to extricate them should already be at the station. I will also have our other comrades in the area lend their support should it be needed. Understood. So, I've done a lot of thinking while I was at work, not playing this game because I couldn't. And I remember something, I believe it was something Ishikawa said in an interview regarding the fate of the Scions and how, I can't remember how many, but a certain number of them more than likely would not be joining us on our next adventure. And I don't think that's as grim as people made it out to be. People automatically assume the worst in most of these situations. I think perhaps come the end of this, if I had to make a prediction, the Scions might disband after, all this, because maybe they feel there is no need for them to be around, at least in the capacity that they were. Or perhaps they take this opportunity to live lives the way they want to, which may not involve adventuring around and saving the world anymore. And that's something I'd be perfectly happy and eager to support should they wish it. And after that conversation that Alizé just had with Alphino, I wonder if maybe he becomes some sort of political leader. If not in Charlian, maybe somewhere else. But I could easily see him stepping into that role. As for the others, I'm not sure. It's hard to imagine Alizé wanting a life other than one she has right now. Both that of an adventurer and being able to heal and help people that way. But we shall see. I haven't gotten a good look at the tower yet. You can see where the old castle was. Reminds me a lot of the Citadel building from 15. A lot of this area reminds me of 15. Sometimes my controller sticks and it makes me go in one direction or the other. Maybe I need a new controller. Ala and Ulysses. We arrived just before you did, and too late. Too late for what? What's happened? It's Lord Quintus. He took his own life. After the news about the 10th, he relieved us of our duties. Then, when he was alone, he... No, he wouldn't. Tancred and the others, assisted by the soldiers, have seen to the remains. In due course shall the legatus be afforded a proper burial. He released us from our duty. He wanted us to be free to choose our own fate. Without him to guide us, I... I have just this moment spoken with Lucia. We are ready to commence the transfer of refugees here to Camp Broken Glass, should they be willing to accept our aid. Some would rather die, but most of us just want to live. Songs and standards be damned, we just want to live. We'll need to speak with the refugees. They'll have to decide themselves if they wish to come with us. If any would prefer to stay, we can have supplies brought over to them. It'll be a hard journey for the others, but we'll see they reach the camp safely. I... After what happened to his family, the first was all Euless had left. Now even that's been taken away from him. He's not alone in that either. There's a comfort in having someone to follow, someone to lead. It was only ever a dream, wasn't it? To think we could reclaim it, rebuild it all ourselves. Before this all began, I sent my wife and daughter away to the provinces. If there's a chance I might see them again, I'll take it. So take me. Take me with you, please. Well, got the Aetheryte sorted in the end. All it took was a few adjustments, and now it works as well as it ever did. From what I can tell, the one in Laturum is functional as normal. That's where you lot are staying, isn't it? Now that most of us are packing up and leaving this place, I reckon there'll be more use for me and my skills over at your camp. I know not how to offer encouragement or solace to these poor souls, but if it's safe passage to our camp they need, I'll gladly oblige. It's you, the one who treated me with such kindness. I heard from the others that you're not from around here. I thought you were one of us. Not that it makes much of a difference. Purebloods, migrants, savages. After a while, the words start to lose meaning, until all you're left with is anger and fear and hate, and I'm too tired. If you and yours have come to offer aid, I'd be glad to accept. We have much to discuss. Our rescue, the attack on Camp Broken Glass, what we'd hoped to talk about with Quintus. But all of that can wait. More urgent matters demand our attention. Are any of the refugees willing to come to our camp? Thank the 12. Thank the 12. You and I should go first and secure the route back to Camp Broken Glass. What with all the creatures and tempered skulking about, I expect we'll have our hands full. This should come in handy. Conqueror's Chain, courtesy of our Lemencian friends. I'd save it for the tempered, though. I'll mark a few points that need surveying on the map. Once you've taken care of the riffraff, we'll meet back at our camp. Ah, there you are. As expected, I ran into a few beasts who went down without much of a fight. The Tempered proved somewhat troublesome, but those chains should keep them under control until our allies take them into custody. With that taken care of, I'm to gather a few supplies and then return to the station. While I see to that, would you mind apprising Lucia of our progress? As it happens, I have some rather pertinent information from our recent scouting forays, but I'll save that for later. First things first, and all that. Gonna talk to Dad for a sec, see if he has anything new to say. As a knight, I am sworn to service to the people. Thus shall I commit myself to the protection of all those who haven't the arms to defend themselves, whomsoever they may be. Ah, Hala. I was informed of Quintus's suicide. It must have come as a great shock to his men. What of the refugees? I'm told some of them were receptive to our proposal, but I would hear your first-hand account. That so many did not hesitate to accept proves how desperate their situation has become. We'll do our best to make them feel welcome. The troops who participated in the ambush are no exemption. They will be afforded the same treatment as any other refugees. Perfidy notwithstanding, after all, even if I wanted to make an example of them, there's no one left to learn from it. We will tell our allies that these soldiers were acting under direct orders from their legatus, and that following his suicide they offered a full and unconditional surrender. Perhaps Quintus thought that had he lived, he would have tried as a war criminal, and his men punished with him. Perhaps by taking his own life, he hoped to absolve them of any culpability, or perhaps, like too many others, he was a true believer to the end. Who can say? I didn't know the man, or his heart. His reasons, noble or otherwise, died with him, and it falls to us to clean up the mess. I assume you're curious about how matters have progressed here in your absence. Quite well, as it happens. Now that we've procured ceruleum from Trapper's Den, the recently repaired heaters can provide much-needed warmth. Furthermore, we've prepared sufficient food for everyone. Those from Tertium shall find a hot meal waiting upon their arrival. There's one for you, so go ahead and get some well-earned rest. I believe we're capable of wielding a ladle or two without your assistance. On your way, might I ask you to seek out Y'shtola? She was but recently attending to the wounded, but she's meant to be taking a rest herself. See that she is. Yes, I have been taking proper breaks and imbibing sufficient water. But what of the Warrior of Light? You and the twins have established history of reckless disregard for your own well-being. We're all fortunate that none of you landed yourselves in my care. I've already quite enough to deal with. Between the Tempered and the first wounded. Alas, though I could mend their bodies, the toll their experiences have taken on their hearts and minds is another matter altogether. For their sakes, we mustn't waver, but nor must we rush ahead in eagerness to see a day won, and in so doing invite disaster. Upon settling down for supper, several cutscenes will play in sequence. Oh boy. Of course he is.
Is that all of them?
The last of those who agreed to join us, yes.
We left heaters and provisions for those who wish to stay behind. They won't last forever, but hopefully they'll last long enough.
For now, I think everyone's earned a rest. We'll see to those in need of medical attention, so take the others with you and get yourselves some hot soup.
Warmth. At last.
Marvelous, isn't it? All thanks to the resourceful machinists of Ishgard, I might add. On their behalf, I bid you warm yourself to your heart's content.
Hold on. Your people might have scribbled a few things on a piece of parchment, but it was our Leminson Smiths that put the bloody things together.
Well, be that as it may, we single-handedly got the interior heating up and running again, didn't we?
The hells you did! We were there every step of the way.
We? You barely raised a fit to help, you ale-sodden reprobate.
I did a damn sight more than you, you lily-livered bilge-rat.
Take that back!
Make me.
I will not stoop to your level.
Here. At ease, man. There's nothing funny in it. I'm from Alamigo, but was a conscript until recently. Used to eat this with the officers.
Apparently, it's adapted from a steppe recipe. This is my first time trying it, and I have to say, it's not half bad.
It's a bit too flavorful for my liking.
Perhaps compared to what you're used to.
It's the little things that make life worth living, don't you think?
As someone who used to suffer from depression and suicidal thoughts, you have no idea how true those words are.
I know this is not a dream, and yet... I felt the same way at the Dragon Song War's end. Every morning I would step outside and need to be reminded that it wasn't my imagination, that my world had been forever changed. And just as I had grown accustomed to the idea, again you change my world in ways I never thought possible. Were it not for you and your fellow scions, the rifts between man and dragon and myriad tribes might never have been bridged. The Grand Company of Eorzea, the Ilsabard contingent. We owe it all to you. We've shed many tears in recent days, of pain and sorrow, triumph and joy. I much prefer the latter.
Yes, do I.
I'm honored to fight by your side. As an Eorzean and Garlean both, I shall do all in my power to bring my peoples together.
It is a remarkable achievement. Everything that I and the Populares had hoped for, and more.
Would that it had come sooner.
Indeed. Too many are not here to see it. And yet, there is a warmth in my breast, as if they still share in this moment.
Yes, I know what you mean. On a night like tonight, the wind and cold seem to pass me by.
On behalf of the Galleon Empire, thank you for inviting me today.
What? Emperor Varus?
They are being tempered. The talismans. Quickly!
Save me, brave hero!
God damn it. What the fuck?
My lord has requested your presence, and I would hate to disappoint him.
God damn it.
The experiment was a success, but I fear our time is short. I shall begin the preparations. Now, it is time for you to awaken.
Are you fucking serious?
Good morrow to you. Here, have a taste before it gets cold.
Oh my god.
Oh, but be sure to remove your helmet. Take a moment, too, to familiarize yourself with that borrowed flesh.
Excuse me? What did you do? What?
So, how does it feel? I, for one, find those first moments within a new body to be most refreshing.
What the fuck did you do?
We had a Magitech engineer by the name of Aulus to thank for this method of soul extraction and implantation. I believe the two of you met briefly in Alamigo.
He was the second boss in the Alamican dungeon.
His was a rather sticky end, wasn't it? Thankfully, he was thoughtful enough to leave behind his mind-jack technology. I took the liberty of making some improvements and selecting you as my esteemed test subject.
What the fuck are they gonna do with his body? This is such a pain in the ass.
Come now. To us Asians, it is no different from trying on new clothes. Why not make the most of it by partaking in this fine cuisine? I must say, I have gone to great lengths to reunite you with my lord. When I discovered that his friend was in this neck of the woods, I suggested inviting you over for dinner. He never deigned to respond, but I took his silence as a resounding yes. Oh my! Daddy is pleased his grumpy little boy has finally found his playmate.
They legit turned Varys into anima, didn't they?
Exposition is in order. The Garlean Empire has long outlawed all forms of religion. No gods to worship, no risk of summoning. Brilliantly simple. But people being people must turn to something or someone in their hour of need. Who then? Why, His Radiance the Emperor, of course. As you have observed firsthand, Garlemald has seen better days. The legendary Solus Osgalvus, dead. Provinces near and far in open rebellion. Our bold new emperor assassinated. And that last one even sparked a civil war. What rotten luck. The people cried out for salvation.
Oh my God.
Their earnest pleas, one might even call them prayers, a supplication united for the Empire to reclaim her former glory. And so their will did manifest, channeled through the corpse of none other than Emperor Varys himself. And lo, the Savior was born, the embodiment of the Garlean spirit, their anima. It calls to its subjects, compelling them to take up arms and fight. And just as the wealth and power gravitate towards the Empire's capital, so too does ether from every corner of the globe. The towers with which you and your allies have been so preoccupied were created as an extension of Anima itself. An ingenious design. Would you not agree, my lord?
Does the pursuit of prey you have bested before excite you? Of course not. Absent the challenge, the thrill, your prize is a hollow victory. Butchery. Perhaps you think that to be the extent of my promise. I have no doubt fallen in your estimation since Alamigo. Fair enough. But do not let your disdain deprive us, of an opportunity to craft an even more majestic moment of euphoria. I have been honing my craft as I set the stage for our reunion. Wheresoever there is suffering and despair, you appear to fulfill your duty as defender of this star. The chaos and destruction that my hordes have wrought are my gifts to you alone. At a loss for words? No matter. As you will learn, I have only just begun.
Oh, will you not finish your meal?
There is only one thing that can sate my hunger, and it would seem my friend has lost his appetite. I hoped this display of civility might prove an entertaining diversion, but clearly we are above such pretensions. While my lifeless body was in the possession of the Ascian, I too claimed another's as my own. It was an enlightening experience to fight in an unfamiliar form. Flaws and failings in my technique were plain to see. Whence rises one's true strength? The flesh? The soul? Perhaps you should like to discover the answer for yourself.
You will not.
Together.
Do not. I'm so beyond grossed out. No.
Oh dear! Whatever would happen if my lord were to greet your friends as you? I shudder to imagine what carnage he would wreak.
No, 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 no.
We'd better hurry if we want to avert the bloodbath. You can thank me later for my generosity. Ah, there it is. Your camp, I believe. If I were to hazard a guess, I would say that you, the other you, is making his way there as we speak. Alas, this you will have to walk from here. Or run, if you can manage it. My lord would be cross if I made it too easy. Such ingratitude. I'd not squander this fighting chance. After all, you've obstacles enough to overcome. Run. Tempered soldiers, with standing orders to kill those not sworn to anima. Under normal circumstances, you would make short work of them. But on this occasion, the odds are not so heavily stacked in your favor.
This way.
Not bad at all, given your diminished capacity. Nevertheless, 'twould perhaps be prudent to keep to the shadows, scurrying about like a rodent.
What's the best way to go about this? Magitech Reaper's luck has been damaged, but the reprint ring should still function. You may be able to clear a path if you can find the identification key and fuel. Okay. Alright. We got the key. I'm so fucking stressed out right now. Do they give up following after a time, or do they just keep coming? Don't have any medkits. I think I'm going down here. Ugh. I have to make it back. Oh my god, seriously? hands are sweaty. Can't take much more. Is that a failure? Fine. Get up. God damn it. Come on, Ola.
It is a miracle we were able to restrain the Tempered without suffering casualties.
A welcome one. Arun, Senna and the others have their hands full as it is. Thankfully, there are enough scales for everyone.
And what of Eulus? His symptoms were particularly severe.
They were, but others fared still worse, including some brought back from the Magna Glacius. As those in most desperate need take priority, it may be a while before he receives treatment. But rest assured that he will. In the meantime, we must find our missing friend. May the Fury guide you.
Of all the bloody times for a disappearing act.
Right when the first wave struck, we'd be fools to think it a coincidence. But where even to begin the search? No one saw him leave in the chaos, and we've no trail to follow.
While I know full well he can handle himself, I worry all the same.
Ah, speak of the devil.
Well, time to call off the search.
God.
Case closed.
That's him. Over there.
Aye, 'twould appear so. Thou art struggling to perceive his presence?
Please just let us see through this.
I am. Perhaps, in the aftermath of the wave, there is some residual effect interfering with my faculties. But...
Where have you been? We've been worried sick.
Now. All's well that ends well. Are you all right?
Are you all right?
Who are you?
What the fuck? Get away from them, you bastard!
Sadly, that is all we have time for today. The effect has run its course, and back to your own bodies you must go. But where are my manners? You have all traveled so very far, and I have yet to pay my respects. Though in my defense, I was ill-prepared to receive so many uninvited guests. As such, preliminary entertainments were in order. A handful of tempered soldiers to hamper your progress. Refugees to command your attention while I siphon the ceruleum from the shadows. Particularly effective. Charitable souls that you are, you bent over backwards to aid them. Heedless of the delay. Predictable to a fault. And so my plan approaches completion unhindered. Anima will soon have absorbed the requisite amount of ether. And then shall come the spectacle to end all spectacles. The eldest and most powerful of primals will awaken. And all shall bear witness to the final days!
The gods themselves will be my meal. Your dear companions my dessert. Upon this world I'll feast, and death shall follow in my wake. All your hate, all your rage, you will render unto me.
For upon thy life's reel wind too many threads of fate, power, wheel enmeshed with woe. More terrible still is the attrition wrought upon thy companions, as they are swept up in the storm of thine existence. Take heart and protect them well. They will be your strength and your salvation.
Thank goodness. He's awake.
I'm fucking shaking.
Perfectly fine, yes. I hope the same can be said of you.
Everything in working order? That's a relief. Oh, and before I forget, thanks for coming to our rescue.
Given recent events, I would be surprised if you weren't feeling a bit poorly. A hearty meal and a long rest would be my recommendation under normal circumstances, but these are anything but. If Van Daniel's boasts are to be believed, we must act quickly. Once you've blown away the cobwebs, we can discuss preparations for our assault on the Tower of Babel.
I need to take a break. Legitimately, the feeling in my chest that gave me, I think I was legitimately starting to have a panic attack. I've been preparing myself for certain characters to perhaps die, but not that way. And, yeah, that legitimately terrified me. I haven't been shaken to my core in quite like that in quite some time. So, I'm gonna take a break, take a nice hot shower, get something to eat. And I don't imagine in the slightest Xenos and Van Daniel will get their comeuppance in the next coming quests, but it's not going to stop me from doing my absolute damnedest. Okay, we're recording. So, I was away a bit longer than I thought I was. I had my shower, had some dinner, got kicked out of queue a couple times, so it's about 4 hours later, almost 5. I'm eager to get in. Are you well enough to make your report? This anima was summoned with the corpse of Emperor Vars. Does your depravity know no bounds? It seems not. More to the point, we can surmise that wave of ether issued not from the Tower of Babel, but from the primal lurking within it. A primal whose cry rang out more loudly in your ears than ours. If you were taken to the tower itself, then this proves beyond a shadow of a doubt that it is the beating heart of the Telephoroid's machinations. In which case, we have some highly relevant information. As many of you know, ever since we dispatched troops to free the Leviers, we've been developing a plan to infiltrate the tower. This little colt's putting on a blanket. One moment. There we go. According to Thancred and his scouts, The main structure is lousy with tempered and enemy magitech. Furthermore, the road leading to it is collapsed, making it difficult to approach in numbers. Thus do we propose dividing our forces into two parties, one to distract and one to infiltrate. The diversionary force will be comprised of Ishgardians, Gridanian, and Lamentsan delegations. They will begin the construction of bridges to make Teleferoi believe we are marching upon the tower. Meanwhile, the best suited of our Alamegan, Ul'dan, and Eastern comrades will use a different method of ingress. Look here. The facility in red is marked in red is Enceladium, a vast magitech manufactory, in ruins now, of course. But a freight tunnel connecting it to the erstwhile Imperial palace remains intact. While the Teleferoi's attention is elsewhere, our infiltration force can use it to enter the tower undetected. Be aware, however, that the underground rail network remains very much operational. The Tempered are using it to bring supplies to the tower even now. If it can carry their material, it can carry us too, providing we sneak aboard unseen. The Scions will lead the infiltration party. Once inside, you must locate and dispatch Fandaniel and Xenos. Allah would probably believe that we're ending this once and for all. You know, me knowing that we're only in the level 82 area, probably not so much. But this is what Allah would say. Aye, there will be no more casualties of the Teleferoi's maniacal ambition. How quickly can we enact this plan? Fandaniel made it quite clear that haste is a priority. Of paramount concern even, assuming he didn't name the tower Babel on a whim. In Amon's time, it meant gateway to the gods. Zande used to refer to a void gate, but in this case, it almost certainly alludes to something altogether greater. The eldest and most powerful of primals. All the more reason to act now. The rest of the contingent is aware of the plan, and are ready to move at a moment's notice. You are to proceed north to Forum Patents. Lisa's group will meet you there. As ever, we are grateful for your foresight. This is about what we've been waiting for. Spare no effort in your preparations. Off we go. We're gonna have this music accompanying us? So, I'm beginning to wonder. I didn't think we'd get to Garlemald this early. I'm gonna hit this while I'm here. But, maybe... It's hard to talk and fight at the same time. I'm wondering if maybe we somehow dispatch of Xenos here, or Xenos is somewhat taken out of the picture, And this happens as a result of Zodiark being brought back. And the rest of Endwalker is, I guess, figuring out a way to get to the moon. And once getting to the moon, dealing with Zodiark. It's just what I imagine is going to happen, maybe. Like I said, I didn't think we'd get to Garlemald this quickly. I figured like around 88 or something we would make the charge into Garlemald, and then like Zodiark would happen, and then he'd retreat to the moon or whatever, and then we'd have to chase him to the moon, and that would be the final leg of it. But I don't know anymore. What is that? Automated cavalry? That's fucking cool. Lise, what are you doing out here in the cold in this outfit? Allah, the way into the tunnel is clear. We made sure of it. The shoe will be on the other foot once we're in. Believe me, a good fight should warm us up right up. Barely enough cloth to swaddle a newborn. Clearly, you have spent too long around the feral dog of Detha. Watch your tongue, fool, lest I feed you to the crows. We will see who is the fool when you freeze to death. Expect me not to warm your ill-prepared hide. These furs are for myself and my Nama alone. Should I be blessed to meet her this day. As if any woman of worth would wish to be warmed by you, little son. Should we find such a warrior within, she will bask in my glorious flame. She really just said, I'm here to steal your bitch. Stop, both of you. Save your fire for the enemy. As for extra furs, I have plenty to spare. As do we. Everybody's ready for a fight. Hello everyone, all set for battle, I see. Yes, free of unnecessary encumbrances. If rather more susceptible to the cold, let us review our strategy quickly, if you don't mind. Pippin's group has gone ahead to the Enceladum. We are to meet them in there. We wait until the Temper's attention is drawn by our divisionary force. Then we sneak onto the train. Next stop, the Tower of Babel. If any Tempered included are injured, we Zayla will tend to them. You Scions must press on, no matter what. We should avoid moving as a group until we're underground, so we'll need to make our own way to the Enceladum. See you there. I wonder if we're gonna go straight from this dungeon into a trial fight. Because, like, story-wise, they're really trying to sell the fact that this is it. This is the big fight. Big fight. No. We're at the halfway mark of the season. Next episode is gonna have a new intro. Hey, it's good to see you, Walla. We heard that you collapsed, but were given only the most cursory explanation. I'm glad you've recovered, and quickly enough to take part in the operation at that. As you will have heard, we've secured a way in. Some few are to remain behind to keep your escape route clear. Our comrade from Lente's Tears will lead the way into the station. I'll join you soon. The station is right this way. Tread lightly now. All good. This is everyone. Consider the enemy well and truly distracted. Time to go. Our primary objective is, of course, the Tellerferoy leaders. But should we be presented with an opportunity to vanquish Anima, we must seize it. If it is indeed the force behind the towers, destroying it will deliver our allies from the Tellerferoy's reign of terror. And I, for one, would not see the Garlean people manipulated any longer, be it by Primal, Ascian, or anything else. Hear, hear. There's been enough of that. We came to help the people of Garlemald, and and that's what we're going to do, together. To the very end. The train should be along any moment now. Prepare to board, everyone. The Tower of Babel now accessible. Everybody get on board. First thing I'm gonna do, eat this egg. Pop this. Alright, everybody. Let's mosey.
I stand ever ready.
Squad's all here. Whew. Shake off the nerves.
Now or never.
Run, run, run! Hijack your shit. It's ours now! Alright, everybody. This is fucking cool. Let's go. Look at the fucking squad! Call me curious. Can I have more than this? Nope. Oh, it's one of these things. I knew its body shape looked familiar. Let's go. Looks like we're here. I wonder if some of these boxes are going to open up. Who are these people? Just random people? Must be people that we're going to bring into Temper, I guess. Alright, they're being taken care of. Let's get going. Damn it. That's the thing. If you get too far ahead of your trusts, they tend not to stick to you very well. Maybe it's more wise to allow Alphino to, like, put a shield on me and whatnot before I charge into the next mob. Wait, who's still fighting up there? Oh, the other NPCs. Alright. Let's reprieve. First boss. Someone standing next to it? Barnabas. Okay. Can we not just walk past it? Don't stand there. Graha! Magnets! How do they work? So I'm going to be drawn to it. Yep, okay. Oh, I'm actually just now looking at this guy, like, up close for the first time. His art style tells me he's definitely... he has to be, like, an FF4 reference or something. I thought he was way more mechanical from a distance than he actually is. Alright, I'm going to get pulled in. I thought I was tethered to somebody else, but the symbol's actually around him. There we go. Easy peasy. Imperial boots of striking. Imperial gear? Looks like it. If we could get Ulysses' boots, that'd be pretty cool. I thought his boots were cool looking. It's like, man, those are some nice boots I would like to have. Guess we're gonna find out. Oh. Something I have to keep in mind is that Holy Spirit and whatnot, should heal me now. So... it won't be much, I think, but it should help sustain me in larger pulls and whatnot. I swear the block never had a sound effect like that before. It's so funny. Because every now and then you hear it tonk. Damn it, my meteor. I've still got 14 seconds. Maybe, just maybe, I can use it on something? Run! Nah, I'm not going to be able to use it. Wasted Confiteor. It's a centipede hallway. Nothing down that way. Take it, this door will open up. Well, second boss. Lugai. Interesting looking fellow.
Allow me.
Downpour. Blue and purple. Everyone's moving over here. That seems bad. Okay. Not quite the explosion I was thinking it was going to be. I thought it was going to be like, only one corner in the room is safe. Oh, that's cool. And the blades pass over us? That's awesome. I like that. There. Pants. Gotcha. Damn it. My video game logic failed me. Figure there's gotta be something in that corner. Why would they put that corner there? Another terminal. Gotta ladder up. That's the old throne. Oh, we're in the fucking throne room. Wow. Well, this looks a little different from the last time we saw. Okay. I didn't expect to actually see Anima in the dungeon. They wouldn't have lied to us telling us that Anima is a trial fight, not just a fucking dungeon boss. They wouldn't do that, would they? Right, giant claws of doom. Gotcha. Damn it, too many holy circles. Alpha, no, I need you to get over here. This place is a mess for trusts. In future reference, or to anybody watching, you're going to want to pull them down to there. I'm gonna do now just to avoid having a fucking headache. Let's get going. Come on. Alpha, no! Oh, this place is horrible for the trusts. They prioritize getting out of the way of those fucking things more than they do dealing with you. And from what I saw, Alphino got hit by that thing a lot, and it didn't really do any damage. Let's see how much damage this does. Yeah, it's... I mean, if you're the tank and you're getting hit by that, that's not great due to all the other damage you're getting in, but the fact that Alphino would proactively run away from me to not take that damage, a bit problematic. We're not gonna fight Anima here, right? We are? Really? Interesting. Huh. Man, all bets are off on what the fuck happens with the trial fights. I have no idea at this point. Do we get a dungeon version of Anima and a trial version of Anima? Lunar Nail. Oh god. Phantom Pain. Okay. Oh, fuck. I didn't see the tell for that. Mega Gravitation. Okay. Ah, oh, okay. Impaired him. I'm stunned. What the fuck? Okay. Dimension.
If I may? There!
Uh-huh. I think those are going to go first, and we have to move. Yeah, okay.
I have you now.
Look at them doing mechanics, I'm so proud of them. The altered reality plunges into chaos. Jesus. He fights like a primal, though. Like a trial fight. lunar nail. Let me see if I can find the tell for this.
If I may.
Okay. Okay, so the ones in the squares are the one that gets hit. Alright, there we go. If he poofs... He's poofed. Okay. I have no idea what the fuck is going on. If I had to take a guess, I think I recall Yoshi Ping saying that Anima and the Mega Sisters were going to be primals that we fight. I don't think he ever specified them being trials. Oh boy. That's fucking duck.
Farewell, Varus. May the gods have mercy on your soul. Come. The other two await.
This madness ends here!
Oh, hush. This is the best part.
Enough!
Oh, mighty Zodiark! Awaken from your slumber and descend!
Some manner of magical defense?
I was gonna say, that looks like Hydaelyn. Cryle?
Cryle? But how?
The shackles that bind my adversary will not be so easily broken.
Hydaelyn! Feeble relic of a forgotten age! Hark! Victory is mine! No more ether. And I was so close. My lord, a slight change of plans. We shall travel to the moon and break this wretched barrier ourselves.
Whatever it takes.
What was that?
Can't be good, whatever it is.
The final order issued by Anima to the Tempered Thralls. Should the Empire fall, the world must share her fate. Of course, Father lacked the conviction to give such a command. The abomination born of his flesh was but a puppet, and I the puppeteer.
You madman, you monster!
There's a funny joy in watching your flailing attempts to fight the inevitable. You're all going to die, and are powerless to prevent it. We really must be on our way. You're welcome to give chase, provided you are content to leave comrade and tempered alike to die screaming.
I have asked too much of this child. Tend to her. The last brand at Mare Lamentorum is yet unbroken. Zodiark remains bound. I have shifted the flow of ether and sent the enemy far from their destination. Now, I shall divert it once more. An ally awaits, and I will deliver you unto him.
Someone is on the moon waiting for us?
Seek his aid. Restore the seal. Zodiark must not be set free.
Who the fuck's waiting for us on the moon?
The Tempered are running wild. Not only those at the tower, but those back at the camp. The others are doing their best to contain them, but the situation is growing beyond our control.
Leave them to die or give up the chase. Just like Fandaniel said.
You're going alone? You have our trust and our faith. I pray we have yours. Our friends and the Tempered need our help. We will save as many as we can, I swear.
Once we have matters well in hand, we'll join you on the moon. Until then, be careful. There's no telling what you'll find.
Stand there for just a moment, please. A prayer for good luck. Now you can't possibly fail. We're moving out to rendezvous with the remainder of the contingent. Leave everything here to us. Fear not for Kryle, or turn, I prithee. She channeled a dangerous amount of ether, and that's to say nothing of the teleportation magic she must have used to get here. Yet Kryle and Hydaelyn both were clearly willing to take the risk. We have no time for worrying over what's done. Let's go. As I suspected. If all of the tempered are affected, Ulysses and his comrades likely put up quite a struggle. We'll find a way to save them. We must. I only pray we are not too late. In the meantime, may the 12 carry you to victory. So once again, I'm wrong, right? Because I'm like, okay, so something happens to Anima and we have to make our way to the moon. I was right about that. I didn't think it's like, no, like right now, we're going right now. I thought we'd spend a good amount of time figuring out how to get to the moon. But, oh man. My apologies, I was lost in thought. The device is of elegant design, which leads me to think I was right about Fandaniel. No matter what he claims, he still has an attachment to the trappings of his past. Whether knowing this will make your path forward clearer, I cannot say, but bear it in mind. But let us turn to the task at hand. As Hydaelyn said, the flow of ether will transport you to Mary Lamentor. We must hope this ally of hers can provide you with the necessary assistance to restore the seal before Xenos and Fandaniel arrive to stop you. It seems we are ever one step behind, but I have faith that you'll make up the difference. Know that whatever awaits, our prayers are with you. Now go, beyond the sky. Something happens to the controls when you go into no HUD. They like turn off a little bit. And you're stuck going one direction. Okay. Zip zoom to the moon. Oh god.
Long, long before Dalamud was forged to imprison an Elder Primal, the eldest of them all, savior of the star, was sealed within a moon of his own. Souls sacrificed to grant him life still slumber and dream of the day he and we will be made whole. Here he waits, in this cold, barren place, his cradle and his grave. Silent lamentations and prayers of hope echo soundlessly to a sundered star, adrift and alone.